Am I blue? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fantasy Island. Sorry, opening up my iPad. So, here I am. I just got my upgraded internet connection, and so let's see how it looks on my iPad. Way better. I'm hearing way better. Way better. Wow, I can actually read the keys on my keyboard. Hello, what's up, Sketch? How you doing, brother? How you doing, Hot Rod? All right, let's see how it looks with artwork. Since I need to finish inking this here page.
Dude, it's running so fast.
It's running so fast. You can see stuff. Stuff and things. Things and stuff.
Wow.
It's almost clear. Page 43. Page 43. It's like, oh, what a glorious morning. Oh, what a glorious day. I'm going to be drawing. We can see. We can see. Maybe use a little focus if that's an option. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if that focuses. How do you?
I think the focus is like based on
should
what
be
your
auto.
camera is.
It should be autofocus.
Daddy, I think the camera's focus stuff is based on the camera.
It should focus. You sing real pretty, Mike. You got a pretty mouth. What date do you anticipate shipping? Oh, actually, that's a good point. I need to check on some emails real quick. Excuse me. Still waiting to. Yeah, my colorist is not quite. Ooh, wait here. I got an email. We got an email for the dog tags. No. Okay. So good info on the dog tags. Sorry, I'm not telling you that out loud, but let's see. Oh, what a glorious morning. Oh, what a glorious day. Sorry, I haven't done anything interesting just yet. Okay, that goes back to yesterday. So no, I haven't gotten anything for my colors yet. All right, I'm gonna ping my colors. I don't want him to rush because I want this to be his best work as well as my best work. LONESTAR color. Update. But yeah, I'll need to have the colors in before I can nail down a shipping date. I'll have the lettering being done at the same time. Who said you can stop singing? I'm sorry. Oh, what a glorious morning. Oh, what a glorious day. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry. Oh, you know what? Shoot. Okay. I think I should make this. I may need to change this here. Or maybe I'll just do it here. Okay, I'll just do a little black here. I just realized that doesn't work with the rest of the corner. And Kanan's LONESTAR has super tiny hands, and it's tripping me out now. Well, you know what's funny is in most comic books, most comic book artists, and it's very sort of a classic old like traditional thing is we'll make hands a little bit bigger than reality would dictate, because hands and faces are the two most expressive parts of the human body. So, no, not and feet. Because feet aren't expressive. Feet are just feet. They do move, but that does not make them expressive. Sorry, I'm having a conversation with my 11-year-old. How old are you? Is it 11? You'll be 12 this year, right?
Turning 12.
You're turning 12. I know. That's what I said. That's what I just said. What do you mean, how do I not know? I just said it right now. So yeah, so a lot of times people will do hands a little bit bigger, and so when an artist actually does hands like normal human size, they kind of look a little small compared to like the rest of the comic book world, and in a lot of cases, just general illustrative world. Yeah, Michelangelo was and Leonardo did that too. So hands is usually not the right size. What is starting to worry me in a way, even though I know he's a pro, is we haven't seen one finished page of Red Rooster. Oh yeah, don't worry about that. I mean, he's had to try to finish up his other project, and he just finished it up last week. So, and I don't know if he's going to, like, you know, Ethan has decided not to share any of the actual Cyberfrog pages. I'm doing this. I'm just trying to keep spoiler pages away. So, I mean, you could call this a spoiler page just because you haven't seen it, but there's nothing like, there's like big moments in my books that would ruin huge surprises. So I'm going to keep those out. What nib holder is this? This is actually not a nib holder. This is a burnishing holder, a burnisher. It's a 2mm burnisher holder, but it happens to have the same grip as the Propyl 102. So it works perfectly for a nib holder. I can't remember the name of the company that makes them, but if you go to Amazon and just Google burnisher holder and make sure it's got a chuck on it that you can adjust or that you can open and close, you can find similar ones. Oh, what a beautiful morning. I got a message today from a friend who is another pro who is absolutely one of us. But man, the heat that's on us has sort of made him like not want to jump into the fray, which I understand. Glad your bandwidth increased. I can already see twice as much detail as before. Thanks. Yeah, it looks not bad. Looks not bad. I don't know if you saw my message. Can I talk to you in private later about something over a hangout? Sure, Nasser. There's actually some controversy. Supposedly, people from Michelangelo's region of Italy have giant hands that match the scale of hands on his statues. I don't think that's probably possible. How long have you known EBS and Mitch? Mitch I just met during the whole Comicsgate thing. Ethan I've known for over 20 years. Over 20 years. So let me just drop a little bit more. Maybe another wall right here. Sorry, now I'm thinking while I'm inking, which means my brain goes into silent mode. All right, looks really good in full screen. I really like watching you draw. Thank you. I'm glad to have it available so that it doesn't look like a great big mess of crap. Because that was bad. That was not good television. I think it actually worked better when I was using my phone. You remember when I used to just use my phone and like have it like 3 inches from what I was inking? It was really a pain in the butt to ink that way. But at least you could see. You could see what was going on. He made the statues accurate to his own anatomy and the locals. There's no way. The hands on the statue of David are freaking enormous. I've seen that thing up close. Full 720p. No more boomer pixelization. Sweet. I am going to win drawn and quartered tonight. Woo-hoo! I was always fascinated by La Pieta. It was in huge old Catholic Bibles, and my grandma had pictures. I think how they did that still looks amazing, but I won't go to Europe these days. Yeah, I saw the La Pieta. It's gorgeous. It's inside the Vatican. It is really gorgeous. But the Vatican freaks me out because, man, I just look at the money they spent on that. And I know it's like like, you know, to revere God, and I know the temple was definitely, you know, gilded and all that stuff. But holy cow, that building is so ridiculously ornate. And then you look around and you think about how you know, the poor, when they were building that, the poor were just, I mean, granted, we always have the poor with us, but I don't know. It just didn't seem seemly to me that they would spend that much money on a building for religion. But that's just me. It is gorgeous. It's definitely gorgeous. You saw all that up close. It must have been a little overwhelming. Yeah. It is. Actually, what's cool is they, I don't remember when they found it, but you can go down and see where they unearthed, like at the bottom. I'm trying to remember how this exactly, but like underneath the spire of the Vatican, they found Peter's bones, which is pretty remarkable. They found you know, the Vatican was built over the secret hiding place of Peter's tomb, and can't remember what the word Vatican actually means, but I thought it meant something like secret, or I forget. Somebody look it up. It meant something, but it was essentially the hiding place of Peter's body, his tomb, and so people would go there to reverence it. And then after, you know, 300 or 200 and something years later, after Constantine had made Christianity legal, then that secret place had become open again, and I think it might have been Constantine's wife that dedicated it as what we know as the Vatican, and started building a place of worship there. I'm trying to remember. It's been a really long time since I looked into that stuff. Great backgrounds there, Mike. Thank you very much. I think it means sanctuary. Sanctuary. I think I'm going to do some these lights here. Little lights, but this is supposed to be at night, but I don't want the sky to be like pitch black because it's LA, and the sky is never pitch black in LA.
Because it's always bright because of lights.
Because of all the lights, it's called light pollution. The sky is always this weird orangey purple color at night because of the smog and the lights like combine to create this horrible color. Let's see. Sketch, why can't it both make sense and mean sense? I lived construction totally screwed you over. I think you lost Drawn and Quartered because it looked like Miss Marvel had an egg head before you filled in the hair. That's why you're never supposed to critique somebody's work while they're working on it. You wait until they're done, because you never know what someone's doing until they're done with it. You can't base the totality of your critique of somebody's work on their construction and the construction of things. The Vatican Hill takes its name from the Latin word Vaticanus, Vaticanus Ferendus, an allusion to the oracles or Vaticinia, which were anciently delivered here. Which were ancient? Oracles? That's interesting. I'm not quite sure what that, I'm not quite sure what that means. Casual fans don't know that. Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't bother me that I didn't win. I'm not. Honestly, it's just it's for fun. That whole Drawn and Quartered is just, it's for fun. It's for the fans. It's just a good time, So I look forward to it this evening. Goodbye, 240p. Yay, everybody's happy with the streaming now. So what does quartered mean? Quartered means cut into 4 pieces. Being drawn and quartered in the medieval days was a form of execution wherein you would be drawn. You would have your arms and your legs pulled apart by rope, generally speaking. I guess you could just be pulled up and down, and then they would slice you open, and pulled into parts, I believe. Remember the end of Braveheart, where his arms were pulled up and his legs were pulled down, and then we're just slicing into him. That's sort of like being drawn and quartered. So yes, it's sort of a grim name for my fun little show. The oracles, of course, gave spiritual insight to early Roman peoples. The peoples. It's all about the peoples. What the heck? Come on. Ah, my pen. Ah, it's just you and me, and you. I don't know. It's just going to be one of those very chill streams of me doodling, bibbling and scribbling and scribbling and bibbling. Attach a horse and a rope to each leg and arm and slap them to send them running. Drawing cord, easy peasy. That's an easy way to do it. Right. Yeah, the other way would, I guess, be a little more butcher shoppy. The quarter also means to house and soldier people. Yeah. That's what they did. That's what the British did in America when they would come. They would, quarter the houses of loyalists. Those dirty loyalists to the crown. I often wonder what my ancestors did in that war, the revolution. Because on my dad's side, I've got ancestors in the States that date back to the early 1600s. I think 1611, my first ancestors came over here. Oh, it's my mother. Hold, please. There. Hello? 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 Hi. Sure. Yeah. I should probably charge my phone. Bubba. Is there a link between Lone Star and nuclear family settings? There is. There is. I'm not going to tell you what it is, though. That is, again, one of my secrets. I have secrets. Secrets.
I didn't know.
Well, I am. Yeah, all of my titles will be linked one way or the other. So I don't know, if you see a title and you just don't understand how it's linked, then you have a puzzle to solve, I guess. Yeah. Edwin says, listen to your newest got mic. Check the volume levels before you start recording. Yeah. It might be easier for your son to record in Audacity so you can watch your volume levels. Yeah. It's a learning curve, We're only a couple episodes in. Yeah, he forgot to add a couple of pieces of artwork actually to that at the end, because I did send him the artwork on the flash drive, but he didn't do that either. I didn't notice that till this morning after it had already uploaded. Not sure if I want to re-upload it. Maybe I will. Just have him fix it real quick. Re-upload. Yeah, maybe I will. Several vids from WizCon popped into my recommendations. You haven't changed since 2011. EBS was quite girthy back then. Saw you on Comicstorian. Oh, you mean my you saw my mention, Christopher Summers? Oh, is that how you came over here? Christopher Summers, are you talking about an advertisement? Or are you talking about me talking in the chat or the comment section? Give me more info, bro. Give me more. So after the next Indiegogo, we have 4 books that link. Cool. Yes, although Six Gun Samurai, the first issue or the first trade doesn't link. I don't make the connection to Lone Star until the second series. It is time intensive, but I wonder if occasionally we should read some more of the Song of Ice and Fire and just divvy up the parts. Edwin, if you want to do that, and then I can have Elijah produce videos where we add artwork. That could be really cool, and we'll just upload those as separate videos. Maybe just do like one chapter at a time. That could be really cool. And then maybe somewhere down the line, like compile them or something. Song of Ice and Fire, as read by Edwin Boyette. Christopher Summers, come back at. Full hair, but he was a big boy. Christ Energetics, record it at 70-80% max peaks, then normalize in Audacity. Okay. Yeah, I haven't done my Got Mic recording today yet. I really wanted to test out my new broadband before I did anything else, because I'm excited. Isn't this exciting that you guys get to actually see some level of detail? I mean, it might not be 1080p. I don't know. Can I try that? Can I adjust that? It's not pixelated now. Let me see. What can I do? What can I do in settings? Default voice. Cameraman. I don't know what this does. Add guest to join. Broadcast large video. The large video is that I see. I guess in the last two questions. No, that's not. Control room. No. Nothing. Nothing. I have no such options. Oh well. It's nice. It doesn't look like ants crawling around anymore. Thank you. Thanks, guys. You know what? I mean, honestly, thank you guys for putting up with it. I mean, the fact that you would still sit there and watch me, even though it was nothing but a big blur, I mean, you must really like the sound of my voice or something. Because, wow, what a freaking droll thing to have to deal with. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? You may need to upgrade the computer setup still. Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking about it. Maybe after the next campaign, I'll have a little more play money. I'm not in that kind of position with this campaign yet, because I'm not getting, like, if I was getting this money and I was, like, say, still getting, you know, paychecks from doing work at DC, then I could probably have time to do that, or have the finances to do that. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to get from here to the end of the next campaign. So we'll see. I don't want people to think that, oh gosh, look, Mike's at $92,000. He's rich. No, I'm not. That does not a rich man make. After getting me out of all these different financial situations. Actually, I'm not completely out of them yet, but certainly far closer. Have some breathing room. And I'm thankful for it, and I'm thankful to every single person who supported and continues to support to this day. LoneStarComic.com, still open as a store. Actually, I think we just crossed. Did we cross 92,000 yesterday? I think it might have been yesterday. Isaac, can you stop squeaking that chair around quite so much? Super annoying. It's like NASA or something. I don't know, Mike. It's a clearer view of your face, really a good thing. Then again, your missus does show up on rare occasions, and that'll be good.
I might swap chairs.
Maybe the Meg money will trickle in over the next 6 months. Yeah, actually, let me double check and see
Here's
if he
your chair
hasn't.
back, Daddy.
You want that one? This one's just so squeaky, man. Sorry, are you walking away? Take this one. Sit on this one. Just stop the squeaking. You're killing me, man. I'm usually the one sitting on that chair, but how close are you to 3K? Oh, 3,000 subs? Pretty close. For our friend up there, who's the new guy? Christopher Summers. Christopher Summers. I'm at 2979. I'm 21 subs away from 3,000. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Cannot complain about that. Yeah, so real close, real close. I don't know why it doesn't just round up and say 3,000, which I would think it should. Or maybe it doesn't round up. Maybe it just waits until you actually hit the cross, hit that line. So drawn and quartered tonight. High Council for those of you hardcore Star Warsers. And then sometime this week, possibly Friday, another episode of The Night's Watch. The Night's Watch. That was a fun show. I'm gonna. I'm gonna have to do some more. Some of Ice and Fire. Maybe I'll do some rereading. You know what? Maybe we could do is do a rewatch of the show. So like we could all say watch episode 1 sometime during the week, and then on Friday we could discuss. That could be the topic of discussion, or at least the lead topic of discussion. I feel like I'm standing right over you. Nice, nice. Tommy's on Twitter telling him he tell people about his book. I'm sorry, what am I missing here? I buy office chairs by load limit. The 500-pound chair seemed to grind down a lot less than 200. I have a huge seat. How does the night sky dark work with colors? They'll just knock this out, probably. Actually, do that here. Click the down arrow to read the description or get the exact number of subs. Art looks good though. Nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bruno says it looks beautiful. Thank you, Bruno, as well. Thank you all for wonderful compliments that you can now actually see my artwork. It is more spoilerish though if you can see it, right? It's not quite the spoiler it could have been when you're looking at a big, fuzzy, pixelated blob. But it is probably more interesting to see it unpixelated. And here we have Bumblebee guest starring on the cover, or on the page. Although I make my bugs more of like a early 60s, 62, 63. I believe the bumblebee bug. Let me see if I can remember.
Bumblebee.
It's probably, it has the shorter cone. It has, I didn't get a good look at the tail lights. So it's a 70s model. I can't narrow it down more than that without seeing the specifics. I used to be really good at being able to identify the year of any bug based on its little changes year to year. Is that a thimble or a Band-Aid? That is a Band-Aid. It's a Charlie Brown Band-Aid. And I already told that story of how I came upon that yesterday, and I don't want to talk about it again because it made my stomach queasy to discuss it. Let's just say it involved using the wrong knife for the job. There's my bug. Yay. The 63 and earlier, I think, bugs had a perfectly flat windshield. I think they started, gosh, maybe it was 65. I think 65, maybe they started doing a slightly curved windshield. Is that a 40-year-old Beetle? It's a late 60s VW. It had those little grills on the front fenders, I think. I don't know. I kind of want to look at it now. Come on. This is so nerdy. I need to know what year. Beetle. Oh, no, not Beetle. Bumblebee. Bumblebee movie. Bumblebee movie. My computer feels like it's getting long. Here's a trailer in full 1080. We have to watch the whole ad. Jeez. Reading chapters will definitely lead to a copyright strike. Then how do all of those other books have entire chapters up online? All right, let's see. Let me share screen. I know this is kind of silly. Concentrating on what exactly? What exactly the year of this Beetle is. So okay, sorry. All right. Ah! Why isn't it stopping when I stop it? Okay, let's see. Information on the Beetle. So see this dip here? This is the shorter front end on the Beetle. I think anything pre-65, this dip did not exist. And neither did this, if I remember correctly. So it's post-65. It looks like it has the slightly larger taillights on it. But not, okay, so maybe not the 70s taillights. I think they started bringing in those big, ugly, ooh, there we go, there's a shot. Let's see. Okay. All right, so it's got a shorter nose, which means it has those ugly freaking headlights. It still has the small, so I'm gonna say this is I can't tell if this is red and orange. But best guess on this, I'd say it's a 67. Best guess. Let's see if there's any other. Yeah, God, this is horrible. Okay, so, oh, wait. Wait. Shoot, these are the older rims. 66? 66, 67, right? You think it's a 70? I think 70s had the larger taillights on them. I'm gonna feel like such a fraud if I don't get this right. When I was in my 20s, dude, I'm telling you, I could tell you the year of pretty much any Beetle. And this part is not gonna help us. Yeah, it's got the older rims. Let's just Google it. What year is the Bumblebee? 68 was the change? Okay, so it's a 67. Either that or, yeah, it has features from several periods.
Where's the kitten there?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like. I don't think anybody's going to say. For Bumblebee Beetle, returns Beetle. Autoblog. Oh, Autoblog should have it.
Copyright strikes.
Yeah, weird, Sierra Whiskey. They did not come with the robot face in the undercarriage, although that would have been really cool. If Autoblog doesn't tell us what the year is, then I'll be... Ah, a 67. Bam! No, that's anywhere. Ends up with a clapped out 1967 Beetle for her first car. Thank you, everyone. It is the 67. I have not lost it. So now you guys know I used to have Beetles. Oops, shoot. I hope that wasn't. Let's see. That doesn't have any of my information on it. Twitter. Okay, nothing. Nothing. There was nothing that doxed me on there. All right. Way to pinpoint it. Right? Pretty nerdy. Actually, that's not nerdy. That's one of my not nerdy things is knowing something about cars, right? Yeah, so this one I'm drawing is actually closer to a 63. I always wanted a 58, though. Freaking oval window. Those are cool. Back before they had gas gauges. Isn't that funny? You would have to open up the tank and look to see how much gas you had. Oh, wait, maybe that was 57. Maybe 58 was the first year they actually had gas gauges. You hear Bill Cosby got sentenced 3 to 10 years in state prison. I did. All I can say is I hope that the charges are true. I hope that it's weird. I hope they're true, but I hope they're not true for the sake of the women. But although that would make them just horrible, horrible, wretched human beings who are in some weird collusion to take down, Bill Cosby. I'd like to hear him confess if it's true. Back in my college days, I installed a rocket launcher in my roomie's Beetle, VC pipe, and Ace's model rockets. Oh my gosh, I have a story. So when I was a teenager, I was walking home, taking the bus home. So I was walking past the Alpha Beta there, and I see these cop cars, and I see my friend's parents' Eddie Bauer Bronco just torched in the middle of the street, just burned. The tires were all melted. It was crazy. Like the whole car had just somehow caught fire in the middle of the street. And then I see my friends, 4 of my friends, lined up against a fence. Hair burned, clothes burned. And I walk up to my friend Freddie, and I'm like, Freddie, I'm like, what happened? And he's got this glazed look on his face, and he's like, colors. All I saw were colors. And I'm like, what the heck? So the cops made me just move along. But I talked to him at school like the following week. And I'm like, what happened? And he's like, well, we were driving around shooting bottle rockets out of Steve's, this is my friend Steve. It was his parents' brand new Eddie Bauer Bronco. And they were driving around with a box of Roman candles, firing them off just randomly out of the truck. And so they turned the corner on Meridian in Redmond. I remember this so clearly. They turned the corner, and Freddie's in this front seat shooting them off. I think it was Freddie. And he sees a cop car around the corner. So he had just lit one of the Roman candles, and he brings it back into the car and throws it under the seat where all the other Roman candles were. So they all started firing off inside the car. I wish I had this on video. It would have been the most amazing thing. And so they all just jumped out of the car, abandoned it in the middle of the street, and watched it burn to the ground.
So like,
oh man, kids are dumb. Retard alert! Retard alert! Yeah, so I think Steve's parents probably didn't let him drive for a little while after that. I'm not sure. But yeah, good times had by all. Probably a story those cops went back and laughed about at the station. Not a good idea. No, not a good idea. I think just in general, driving around town shooting Roman candles out of your car, not a good idea either. But most definitely, you don't want to ignite the box of Roman candles in your car while you're out and about. Just generally speaking. Just what other good stories do I have? Bill Cosby confessed in a comedy routine back in the day. He made a joke about slipping the girls a little something something. Did he really? That's one stupid kid. Yeah. At least he survived. My uncle had the skin on his arm blown off by a firework. Oh! A friend of mine blew his right thumb off in auto shop in high school. So he brought gunpowder and an empty CO2 cartridge, and he was trying to make an explosive, like a firework, out of packing gunpowder into the CO2 cartridge. And somehow, in this process, blew his entire right thumb off. I've told this story before because when you guys call Ethan thumb toe, you say that he has thumb toes, I laugh because my friend actually had his right toe grafted onto where his right thumb should have been. I haven't talked to that guy in forever. I still talk to his brother once in a while on Facebook. But yeah, so dumb things kids do. Dumb things kids do. There's a lot of them. It's a miracle that many of us survive. Did he get his thumb put back? No, he got a new thumb. He got a toe thumb. And he always had to wear this like pressured bandage on it, or at least as long as I ever saw him with it. I don't know. I'm sure that was temporary, but yeah, for the rest of high school, he had to have this big old like weird bandage thing, and you could just like see the tip of his toe thumb. Dummy. It leads to athlete's hand. I almost burned my parents' backyard down as a teenager. I found a recipe online for napalm. It was very effective. That's good. Good, Zach. See, that's being very inventive as a youth. Yeah, I'm quite surprised I didn't burn my house down. I actually I was one of those kids who ignored all the warnings and did stick things in the light socket because I also understood that that alternating current means that you can touch one side of a light socket and nothing happens to you, and you can touch the other side of a light socket and nothing happens to you. So what I did was I stuck a nail file in one side, and I stuck a screwdriver in the other side, and then I took a paper clip and I dropped it on top of them. That leaves a mark. That definitely don't ever do that, Micah. This is not an idea I'm giving you. Don't play with light sockets. My son is like looking at me like, ooh, that sounds fun. So yeah, it left this huge scorch mark on my wall that was there until we moved. Not good ideas. I'm not expecting anyone to follow my lead here.
Remember that video with the planets? And
A little coffee? A little. Can I have one of those waters? I need some extra water for that.
Someone's bullet hit the
Don't
same
do it,
place,
Mikey. Yeah.
so the bullets collided, and it broke
Mike
the
is the
bullet.
kind of kid who will. Because he's just like I was. He's just like me. He's just like me.
Stupid and young.
Passing of knowledge from father to son, the circle of life. The circle of life. That is like when you ask your coworker if they cut the power and they say yes, but they didn't. Yeah, you know, that event has what's made me like freaking paranoid of electricity. Like when I have to change fixtures and stuff. Oh my gosh, it's like my blood pressure shoots through the roof because I think that event in my youth has scarred me from the dangers of electricity. Perhaps wisely so. Next page, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, if anyone is new here and has yet to subscribe to the page, please do take the opportunity to hit that subscribe button. And please press the like button while you're here as well. It does help with the algorithms of the channel. And I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Who was I doing? Anyone know what voice I was doing? How about waterboarding and fiddling with the light socket? Yeah. I should be watching some. Well, I'll do it later. Do it later. I need to watch some Game of Thrones videos and get an idea for what I want to do. Come up with some new theories. That theory I came up with yesterday was sort of somewhat inspired, I think. Mr. Howell? No, Sargon? No, Sargon doesn't sound like that. I have Sargon's voice in my head, but I don't think I could do it to any degree of accuracy. DJD. What's DJD? Winston Churchill? No. It was I'm not forgetting his name. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the name of the guy whose voice I was doing.
It was on earlier. I just shut it off.
When I was 5, I cut an electrical cord in 2 with scissors. I still remember that feeling as my strongest youthful memory. It was a numbness, and then pain all over. Mr. Belvedere. Yeah. Oh. He's oh my goodness, I can't believe. Where's my brain farting right now? What's that? Come on, I need a good tip on this brush. It's killing me. Sargon posted he was on break for political. No. Well, is welcome to come on to my channel, Political Lives. You mean you got booted? He's like on break, like YouTube break. Mediocre is going after all the skeptics. I think he's done with Sargon. Sargon is back. Oh no! What'd you guys do? What'd you guys do? You're killing my stream. You're killing my stream. No. Are you done with your homework?
Is he?
Are you? Go wake mommy up and have her do your help you guys with your homework. You're not supposed to be playing games until your homework is done. You're not supposed to be playing games until your homework is done.
Okay.
You're killing my stream. Look at my stream. Look, it's all pixelated. No, it's not. I just got an upgrade today, so I don't want to hear it. Shouldn't the upgrade be better, he says. It is better. It wasn't pixelated before you started turning on 2 games of Fortnite at the same time. Get the belt. Go get Daddy's belt. They're saying that I should spank you guys. What do you think? Does that sound like a reasonable response?
No. I don't get spanked. Yeah, me too.
Well, you know, that's a general rule. Rules were meant to be broken. If you have a lot of people in your house using the internet at the same time, it'll kill your bandwidth and result in worse quality. Yes. Yeah, it's called having kids, says my kid. Anyways, you guys gotta go do your homework anyway. Micah, start your math. Isaac, get out of the way and let him start his math.
Don't do it on the computer.
You don't?
Yeah, we don't.
Since when?
We got math books.
Oh, well, go do your math books then.
When?
Well, Micah, go do your math book.
When, Isaac?
When you were asleep. No, just as math. Oh my gosh, Micah, just go do your stinking math. Games kill bandwidth. Yeah, I don't know why it hasn't reset. Turn that off. I think it just being on is killing my bandwidth.
Did you check my double?
It's doubled. Easy pressed. 2 fortnights wouldn't be 1 and a week. You thought about a new router and extenders. Yeah, the guy told me I should get mesh routers. So I'm gonna look into that. It's like $300 though. So I was hoping that wouldn't be an issue. I was hoping it wouldn't be an issue. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's try. Darn it! Did he unplug my Ethernet cable? Let me try something real quick. First of all, plug my computer back in so the battery's charging. Ow! Fart! Where's the other side of the cable? The circle of life. Sorry. Excuse me. My apologies. Just plug this in the car. See if perhaps that gives me better internet. Why is this here? Mark C for $5. Mike, my dad used to make me pick up one Switch. Talk about a head game. Yeah. All right, give me 15 seconds. Tell me if the cable just got better. Mawa CHF for $5. Hi, Mike. Lone Star looks like a poor man's Captain America to me. Change my mind. Poor man's Captain America. Well, he does come from World War II, although he didn't disappear until modern days. He's been around fighting a war against the creepy crawlies of the night that entire time. His primary mission is as part of a group of super soldiers that battle vampires and ghouls and goblins and werewolves and the like. He just uses his off time to be a protector of the innocent. So he's not like waging some one-man battle in the name of the U.S. government, you know, as a symbol for hope or a symbol for America or anything like that. He is a patriot, but that's not his thing. Refund the Vox Trolls super chat. Who's a Vox Troll? Oh, was that the Mawa? Is that the Vox Troll? All this drama stuff made me stop watching both of them. Who's that? Zach Hawkins? I feel like I missed a lot of the conversation. I got no time for Sargon. Oh, you're talking about Sargon and Meat Tucker. I haven't watched any of that. I didn't know what it's about. Sorry. So, gosh, it's still blurry. What the heck? This should be clear by now.
What the heck?
I know. Is it still blurry for everybody else? It should not still be blurry. I don't like it at all. If that's the case, I'll probably shut the stream down. Dane. Something could be updating in the background. Like, do you fill in the areas behind the panels? Yeah. The gutters. Yeah, I fill them in. $5, Mark C. Right now, Captain America is a poor man's Captain America. I'll take yours any day. Thank you very much. Very, very much. And yes. That's why the log line for Blacklist Universe is "You'll believe in heroes again," because it's about people making heroic decisions, selfless decisions, being heroes. AT&T into the trebuchet. Yeah, what is the deal? What is the deal? All right, guys. Well, I'm going to shut this stream down since I can't seem to get a decent... this is driving me nuts. I'll be back on a little bit later, all right? Thanks for being here. Peace out.